Hi, it's Ben from My Cycling Coach. I hope you're well and that you're having a great day. Welcome to the video. So yesterday I was speaking to one of my coach riders, Chris, and we've been working on Chris's pre-ride fueling recently. He was finding that he was struggling with his pre-ride fueling as Chris trains early in the morning. During the week, he has to get up and do his workout before work first thing. And then at the weekend, like most of us, often got a lot of things going on at the weekend, family, other commitments. So have to do maybe your longer rides that you may do at the weekend, have to really get up and out and do those early as well. So he was struggling with achieving those amounts. He was finding that during the ride, really quite low in energy. So we've increased his pre-ride fueling amounts, aligned these with his specific requirements. But he was really struggling that he was still being able to actually consume that amount of specifically carbohydrates we were looking at for his higher intensity workouts and his longer rides. So one thing we've done, and I find that this is actually a common thing I can find, obviously a lot of riders have to do their workouts early in the morning during the week, at the weekend for the reasons that I've mentioned there. So I thought you may also, if you're watching this, have to do that as well and benefit from some of these tips today. So if you've got a workout, let's say first thing, let's say between 5 a.m. and 7 a.m. in the morning, it can be very hard to obviously consume a lot of carbohydrate at that time. But also give yourself enough time to consume that before starting the ride. You know, if you're getting on the bike at 5, 6 a.m, the last thing you want to be doing is then getting up at 3, 4 a.m. To actually take on that amount of carbohydrate that you need to really ensure you've got that energy where it needs to be for that ride. So what you can do, and what I want to try and focus on with this, so you can still go into that energy really fueled up, have that muscle and liver glycogen where it needs to be to have an effective workout, is just focus on the evening prior. So your evening meal, the evening before you train in the morning, is really try to have a good carbohydrate rich meal there and focus on the more starchy based carbs. These can be your pasta, potatoes, rice, wholemeal breads, those more starchy based carbs. And what this is going to allow you to do is really top up that muscle and liver glycogen. It will store that muscle and liver glycogen, and overnight it will really digest that. It will be really topped up well. And then rather than having to get up in the morning and consume loads of carbohydrates in the morning, what you can then do, because you've really topped up well the night before, is just maybe have a bit more of a more sugary based carb, if you like, maybe a bowl of cereal, a couple of slices of toast with some jam or Nutella or a spread or granola or something like that, or even just an energy bar or gel that is really high in carbohydrate. What that's going to allow you to do is just get the system going. You may then combine this. One thing that can also be really effective first thing in the morning is having that type of carbohydrate with caffeine. This can really get the system where it needs to be, really make sure you're topped up. And then that first 20 minutes, half an hour on the bike, rather than feeling really lethargic or like you're low in energy or not being able to hit your targets during that ride because you just don't feel like you have your energy, because you've topped up really well the night before, your muscle and liver glycogen is where it needs to be, you've had a bit of a kickstart in the morning, a bit of sugar there with some caffeine. This is going to allow you to get on the bike, all systems firing, really get started with that ride. And then if it's a longer ride, if it's a shorter workout that you're doing during the week, you may then find that you can just have some carbohydrates in your bottle, a carbohydrate mix to get through that workout. If it's a longer ride that you're doing at the weekend, that's when from the first hour you then just want to start your during ride fueling process, targeting depending on your specific requirements, the length of ride you're doing, the intensity, really wants to be around the 40 to 60 grams of carbohydrate per hour minimum. But as I say, that will depend on the ride that you're doing there. So yeah, just a few quick tips there. Thought you may also benefit from that if you're someone who has to really get up early in the morning to get your rides done and has been struggling with your fueling. I hope you found the video useful. As always, if you have, please drop a like on it. Feel free to follow, share, subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to receive our most recent content. And any comments, as always, if you found the video useful, would love to hear from you. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Enjoy your riding and speak soon.